Good Thursday morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. You're watching the Kaiser Report. Kaiser and I are coming to you today with a few pieces of information and some look at what's going on out on our West Coast right now with regard to these wildfires that are devastating homes one after another. And it is now so widespread that thousands of people have been evacuated and so on and so forth. And these are things that should have been thought about by the management of that state, starting with Newsom and the water problems that he's created and the forestry that has not been accomplished there, even though they were warned way back in 2017 about how to take care of their water problems and clean up their forest. And that came from several points of view that were given to Newsom and talked about, and he ignored. Then you have the mayor of Los Angeles that decided to go to an inauguration of somebody in Africa and had to come home. And why would you have an elected official from a city going to someone's inauguration in Africa? That's a question for the ages. But just take a look here at what the devastation looks like.
Well, we start tonight with that breaking news in Southern California.
We are not out of danger. The National Weather Service has predicted that the winds are going to pick up and get worse.
Fear and concern is growing tonight as flames light up the Los Angeles hillsides. Firefighters are scrambling to contain several major fires tonight. Just into our newsroom, we are learning of another fire erupting, this time in Sylmar in the San Fernando Valley. Extremely strong winds are fanning the dangerous and potentially deadly flames that have already forced tens of thousands of people to evacuate. Clogged roads forced some to abandon their cars and run for their lives.
The smoke just got really bad, so I just started packing up all of our stuff and we got in the car to go. And then all the cars were abandoned, so I had nowhere to go, so I just had to get out of my car and start walking. The smoke is so bad. I have no idea where we're going.
This is video of abandoned cars moved out of the way by a bulldozer to make a path for emergency vehicles.
Just literally seconds ago, we heard a very loud boom, and it was a tree coming down, and it hit those power lines. Whoa. You can see them sparking. We're trying to get away from them. This is a very, very dangerous situation that firefighters are dealing with.
Hi. Just be okay. You're gonna be okay. Hi. You're gonna be okay.
You need to get out of there now.
But what is most concerning to me is our first responders and our firefighters who are trying to battle this. There's no water in the Palisades. There's no water coming out of the fire hydrants.
Bruh.
This is an absolute mismanagement by the city. It's not the firefighters' fault, but it's by the city. And I'm going to be very honest. We've got a mayor that's out of the country, and we've got a city that's burning, and there's no resources to put out fires. So if you look at your pictures, you don't see the firefighters there because there's nothing they can do.
I say that's the California way.
This is the view from a airplane from KTLA photographer Paul Sanchez as he's giving us an aerial perspective to the devastation in the Palisades.
It's extraordinary. Pat yourselves on the back. Our message is working.
Well, we do have a tradition of professional courtesy up here, and I can personally vouch for each and every one of these men. They're good deputies.
You're all fired.
Our heart goes out to these people that are suffering through and watching their neighborhoods, their entire lives go up in smoke, and they're not getting a hold on controlling these fires because of the lack of water that the fire department is not being supplied with. Why is that? Because they decided to let the water from the mountains and the sources go right into the ocean because they took down dams. And these problems fall right into and attach themselves to Newsom. And I think the people of California will now realize that their Democrat constituency is going to be looking in another direction in the next election process that takes place there. And if they're going to hang their hope on Kamala Harris running for governor out there, she'll do as well at that as she did running for president, in my estimation, because she doesn't have the wherewithal to manage and run even as 7-Eleven, never mind an entire state or country. Speaking of the fires and what's going on in California, Biden shows up there and managed to, with Newsom and trying to, solidify funds for his library, was himself one more time and made it all about him, and no consideration for the people that have lost everything that he's out there supposedly helping with. Well, he can't help himself, never mind. Well, here, just take a look. He's a piece of work that it should have been gotten out of office. The only saving grace that let him remain in power was the fact that right behind him we would have had Kamala Harris as president toward the last end of his administration, which probably in long look at things would have been a lot worse in my estimation. But there we go. So we have the wildfires going on, and then we turn to the Senate where they're starting to do some work. It is my understanding that that Trump's visit to the Senate yesterday and the meeting with the Republican senators went very well with regard to getting a bill processed and ready to look at And then you have on the other side of the coin Jerry Nadler and his Democratic pals fighting against, one more time, any deportations of sex-related immigrants that have used sexual abuse or domestic violence. They don't want them deported. And it makes no damn sense to me whatsoever. If you think about this, these people, as Trump said, are crazy. And they're not going to learn the lesson that we, the people, tried to teach them in November. And for some reason, will still maintain that they want to be in charge when they're no longer in charge. They don't want to buy off on the fact that Donald Trump is the incoming president and has been certified now. This sticks in their craw because they decided to do every illegal lawfare possible to stop him from running. And then when he won, they're still at trying to use Marshawn and a couple of other people in this government seats right now that want to do everything possible to convince you and me that we made a mistake by not keeping the Democrats in power with their clean green agenda and their woke agendas that they tried to push down every other American that do not believe in certain things that they have been proponing as normal, and that's going to the wayside now, and they don't like it, and they can't get over it, and it's interesting at best. Nadler, what's wrong with the people of New York that would keep putting this guy in? What's wrong with the people in New Jersey that would keep their people in? And what is wrong with this whole business? Even Fetterman is fed up with this. He has come out and talked normally about some things that his colleagues on the Democratic side of the aisle should learn from him. Here's a man that was maligned coming in because he was just recovering from a stroke that could have killed him. And now that his mind is totally back, he understands what is wrong with his party. And he's trying to tell them, and he's trying to tell the media, and he's trying to tell us that he's in agreement with some of the issues that we have to have someone take a look at and fix if this country is to survive. We have the people incoming right now. If we can get them through the Senate approval, we'll take care of this for us. And it will happen if we allow it to happen, and we do not keep these people that are fighting against it in their seats for any longer than we need to. So remember, write their names down, especially the ones that vote against what needs to be accomplished in this country, and do not reelect them. Then they'll get the message. But as long as they're left in any kind of space of power, they will do what they have to do to thwart any progress made by Trump and his administration and his cabinet if they can. And this is all to show you we don't care about what you voted for. We're here to do this, that, and the other thing. We don't care what you want fixed because we're all fixed for life. And you need to keep us here. God only knows what they're going to come up with next. The Lord only knows why we let 20 plus million people into this country in the fashion that was done. And still today, Biden is out trying to take credit for a closed border. Just yesterday, he talked about what a great job he's done on the border, and that the border number crossings are down now because of everything he's done. Well, 5,000 a day is not down, and he forgot to tell you that they also are flying them in and not having them go through the border and dropping them in cities near you. So he is either completely delusional or he actually believes what they tell him he's accomplished, which we all know he's accomplished next to nothing in his tenure there. Someone else has made decisions for him. Someone else has scripted everything he opens his mouth and says at the podium with the teleprompters right there. If he's left to his own devices, he will show you immediately that his dementia has taken a grand toll on his mind, what's left of it. And we've got another clip here to look at of Crazy Joe. Take a look.
It's like nails on a chalkboard to me.
Mr. President, how are you? Jim McDonald, Thank you. Thank you, man. Thank you. Governor, how are you? Hey, good to see you. Good to see you, sir. Good to see you again. Thank you for being here. It's great to see you. Haven't seen you. Sir. Haven't seen you. Sir. Haven't seen you. Sir. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Good to see you, my friend. Thank you. Thank you.
Senator, yeah, good seeing you, sir.
I swear everything about that man irks me.
We are well rid of this administration come the 20th. I only hope that it happens real soon, because we cannot take any more of his lousy pardons and telling us to the 11th hour who he's going to pardon and what a great job he has done, and how the world leaders think that he is, sent by Christ. Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you, Joe, but most of the world looks at you as a nice, forgetful old man with dementia. This is how you will be remembered. There is no space for you any longer. You spent too many years sucking on the tit of government and enriching yourself. In some cases, it looks like you illegally did it, but you feel now that you have pardoned your family members, so you're not going to get caught up in something. You know, and now we know what your involvement was with Hunter's companies and taking money from our enemies to get deals done. And God only knows how much Zelensky has kicked back to your family over the years that you have been wallpapering the entire country of the Ukraine with our dollar bills that we work hard and pay taxes for you to give away to somebody that we know nothing about, with no accountability to where that dollars or that money and weaponry went, because no one has accounted for it in the Ukraine. The Ukraine war that can never be won by the Ukraine, and you knew it going in, and Zelensky knows it coming out, and Putin always knew that he was going to get the better hand in that skirmish. Now let's just hope that our new administration can talk reason into the Russian hierarchy, as well as Zelensky, who is so far from a democratic person that Joe talks about all the time. This is a man that canceled the elections in his country because he didn't want to give it up. So you're finished, Joe. You're finished, Zelensky, getting any more money unless Schumer figures out another way to just line Zelensky's pocket one more time. But I don't think that's going to happen under Donald J. Trump. So it's Thursday. They're calling for snow. We have a smattering, just a dusting left on the streets. It got a little warmer yesterday, and a lot of it melted away. The roads are okay. They're calling for heavy snows on Friday, tomorrow, and we'll see what we get as a start today. They're talking about 30% chance. I and Kaiser, we love going out in the snow, and we're looking forward to maybe a snowy weekend that we can go out and play in the snow. And I hope that if you have snow in your area, that you're out enjoying it and not working too hard to shovel it away. Some of us have to get to work, and some of us do not. When the schools are closed, I guess someone has to stay home with the children, and maybe your plants or offices close for the snow days as well. So I'm hoping you're all safe. I cannot tell you how heartbroken I am to see the devastation of the fires in the West Coast. But I also will caution any other area that is going to experience winds to be very careful and keep your wooded areas at least raked out so you don't feed those fires. This is a problem in California and has been for quite some time. With that, we're still praying every day for the people that are in 20-degree weather and 18-degree weather in western North Carolina that are living or trying to reclaim their properties and living in tents and not getting the FEMA help. FEMA is, I guess, going to be tied up even worse now with the California fires, but we still hope and pray that they'll get some help to the people here in the Carolinas and East Tennessee that have been so badly devastated by the result of the hurricane. And please say a prayer for all of these people. It is devastating and heartbreaking to lose everything you have in a fire or a windstorm, or in this case, a flood situation that would literally take your house down the river. So God bless those people, and if you can help in any fashion, please do. It's not fun. As we told you yesterday, our sponsor here is Lazy J Farms and Butcher Shop. I gave you a brief look yesterday. Don't forget, you can still get an order in if you need to arrive at your home at some point. If you call in early enough today at 423-398-5595 and ask Butch for your special cuts or what you need, they have sample boxes that you can get shipped to you in just by phoning in there and asking for it. And you will thank me later for the quality of the beef, the pork, and the chicken products you can get from there. And once again, it's 423-398-5595. Ask for Butch and tell him that Kaiser sent you, and they'll take very good care of you. So don't forget Lazy J Farms. So we're looking at an approach to a weekend here that's going to be a snowy, cold weekend from what I'm reading and hearing from the weather bureaus and the airport, which brings me to the fact that I did talk to a very close friend of mine yesterday that is a retired air traffic controller, and we had a wonderful discussion about what his opinion on these drones that were in New Jersey and New York and everybody got upset about, and then they tried to drive the fear into all of us about was it related to this, was it related to that, and so on and so forth. I've asked him to come on the air with us one day next week and maybe talk about what his opinions are as an air traffic controller. He said that it's very obvious that every air traffic controller knew about the operation of these things and where it was going to be, and if it was a hot spot, they didn't have commercial aircraft running in that area. And I'm going to let him explain that on the air here one day next week, so we're looking forward to that. And I think that will be very interesting, and we'll talk to several other pilots about it at the same time and get you a report back. But those of us who fly, we know that the air traffic control has to know what's in the area at any given time, and we'll let him explain that to you. And great guy, and I'm looking forward to that. I'm also going to be, in the next week or so, interviewing a friend of mine who is a contractor in Florida, and we'll talk to him a little bit about what happened with the hurricane damage down there and how they are progressing for rebuilding and things of that nature. So we'll be bringing more and more content in 2025 to you, such as that, and we're hoping that you will enjoy listening to some of the people that are experts in the fields that we're talking about, rather than relying on talking heads from mainstream media to tell you made-up stories and lie about things. The interesting and amusing part about The View is we showed you yesterday where Sunny Holston came out and ratted out her husband, and he has been now charged with RICO charges. I bet he's real happy with Sunny Holston that she threw him under the bus the way she did. But you reap what you sow, and couldn't happen to a nicer bunch of people. That and the lawsuit with between, I guess not Trump, but Elon Musk suing Whoopi Goldberg is just so amusing. Very upsetting to her, but she has tons of cash. These people are so far overpaid for what they do that it is ridiculous. And why that show is still on the air and the FCC has not gotten involved in that is amazing to me, and I'm sure it will be to you as well. So it's Thursday, and we're looking forward to a great weekend with a little snow and a little fun to be had. And if we do see anything and decide to take the camera out this weekend, we'll get you some footage on that for Monday morning. And if anything huge comes up overnight, we will get the cameras out and get to you with a special weekend report. But God bless you all, and thank you so much for tuning in and subscribing to our channel. We love you here at the Kaiser Report, and we wish you all a great, great rest of Thursday. And I've got one more thing to look at now with regard to Joe Biden. So let's take a look at this, and maybe you'll get a laugh out of it. Maybe it'll aggravate you, but these are things that I like to share with you, so take a look.
Going up to my granddaughter's birthday in New York. Then we're going to watch the debate. And then tomorrow I'm doing 9/11. Now, who am I introducing next? Who's next? Thank you. Welcome to Washington. She beat Trump so badly in the debate, he's scared to death to beat her again. That's a fact. Mr. President Trump, former President Trump, get a life, man. Help these people.
Will you hold him accountable? You said you were going to hold Boots accountable.
Public will hold him accountable. You better in the press hold him accountable because you know the truth.
As smooth as it can get, and I very much appreciate that, Judge.
You're welcome. Thank you all. I mean, so I know this sounds bizarre. It sounds like if I said this 5 years ago, you'd lock me up. We got to lock him up. Politically lock him up. But I'm serious. These are the kind of guys you like to smack in the ass. I need that hat. Want my autograph? Hell no. You know my name. Come on. I ain't going that far. Yeah. You would do a selfie. There you go. No one should make the American people question whether their governments will be making sure that this is acting when it strikes. They'll be there. We will, all of us. Eric Dean of the Iron Workers. Tim Driscoll, a bricklayer. April Bell, the SEIU. And to the Gila Indian River community, the Gila, nothing wrong with me. Senator Chris Von Halen. What the hell's his name? He's new. Chris and I have been doing this for so many years now, it's getting old. Or at least I'm getting old. I'm Joe Biden's husband. And you can see she doesn't have any strong notions or ideas. You know, teaching is not the Puerto Rican that I know, or Puerto Rico where I'm in my home state of Delaware. They're good, decent, honorable people. The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters. His demonization of Tina is unconscionable, and it's un-American. It's Mr. President-elect and former President and Donald, congratulations. What's your name? Oh, is that right? All right. Well, thanks for being here. Have a seat, everyone. Remember the last guy when he was president, he said we have he had every week, we're going to have infrastructure week.
What are you planning to talk with him about? out to Trump.
Vai para outro lado. Ele está pronto, né?
I see you guys. Right.
We felt over the next 10 years. We have legislation we passed. It's just only now just really kicking in.
What do the states in the storm zone need, Mr. President?
Okay?
What do the states in the storm zone, what do they need after what you saw today?
Oh, in the storm zone.
Yes, sir.
I'm wondering what storm you're talking about. They're getting everything they need. And they're very happy across the board. Now, not only that, our fellow Americans are putting their lives on the line to do this dangerous work and receive death penalties. Some received death penalties yesterday as a result of reckless, irresponsible, relentless disinformation and outright lies that continue to flow.
President Biden, do you think that you can get a hostage deal by the end of your term?
You think you can keep him hit in the head by a camera behind you? What am I doing?
So, have a great rest of your Thursday. Look forward to Friday. Look forward to snow or sunshine, depending on where you are in the United States or around the world. We have people from other countries that tune in to us, and we're so grateful for your presence here as well. And remember to hit the like button and share with your people on other platforms the Kaiser Report. And until tomorrow, Friday, we're going to say bye-bye, stay safe, stay strong, and stay tuned to the Kaiser Report for your future news and visits around Appalachia. God bless. Bye-bye.